Hey, this is Danny from Scare Talk. Before we get into all the horror greatness, I gotta let you know about Anchor. Anchor is the host site that we use to record our podcast. Anchor will upload your podcast to Apple and Spotify and many other listening platforms. Anchor is completely free, and you can download the app or go to the website, anchor.fm, and you can record straight on there. There's also some cool editing tools that you can use. Did I mention that it's free? Yeah, so if you want to make a podcast, Anchor is the way to go. Go check it out. Now, for the spooky stuff.
Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror fans. This podcast will cover horror movie reviews, ratings, and rankings. Now for your hosts, Danny and Joel.
Oh, yes. This is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Jacked Up Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
And we are going to talk about a jacked up movie. We're going to talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Dose.
Yes. All right. This should be fun. Joel.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Who do we got?
All right. So this one stars Dennis Hopper. He was in Apocalypse Now, Super Mario Brothers, Speed, and Waterworld.
All right.
Along with a bunch of other movies, but yeah. And then we've got Caroline Williams. She is Stretch.
Stretch.
She's a radio DJ. And she was in Days of Thunder, Leprechaun 3, Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens.
Oh.
As Stretch.
Oh.
As, like, her character in that was Stretch. It's
okay.
Yeah. And then Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Hmm.
And then we've got Bill Moseley. He's Chop Top. He was in House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Repo, the generic opera.
Or the genetic.
Yeah. Genetic opera. Wow, it did a little spell check for me there. This was written by L.M. Kit Carson.
Okay.
He wrote The Last Word, Breathless, and Bullfighter.
All right.
3 classics. And directed by Tobe Hooper.
Yeah.
He directed the first movie. And he directed Night Terrors, Mortuary, and Toolbox Murders.
Okay. All right. Toolbox Murders,
yeah.
Okay. So this one is about a radio host being victimized by a cannibal family as a former Texas Marshal hunts them.
Oh, man.
Yes, so the Texas Marshal is Dennis Hopper, and his niece, I believe is how they're related, was in the first massacre.
Sally?
Yeah, was it Sally, or was it one of the other girls?
I think it was Sally. Sally and Franklin were brother and sister.
Oh, yeah. So
the best character in all of Texas Chainsaw.
So, yeah, he's looking for them, and he's seeing that another chainsaw murder has occurred, so he's hunting for Leatherface and the family.
Yes.
So this movie is a huge change in tone from the original. Went way more with the comedy, dark comedy. From what I have heard, Tobe Hooper was trying to kind of go for that in the first one. He was also going for some dark comedy in the first one, and it was not perceived that way, so then he really went for the dark comedy in the second one. He wanted to make the film that he was trying to make
the first
time.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Definitely
I don't know.
didn't succeed in the first one. That's that's not funny at all.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of see where he might be trying with the whole dinner scene and stuff to be darkly funny. It just wasn't pulled off.
No.
It became a classic horror, though.
Yeah, it did.
So, I mean,
you unintentionally made a classic horror movie.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, so there is the picture, the cover.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple covers for this movie, but the one, I'm going to show you the one that shows up here. This isn't good for a podcast, but
No.
I'll show you what I'm talking
everyone.
about.
Only I'm seeing it.
So they're all posed.
Yeah.
They look so ridiculous.
The family. Grandpa right there.
So
on the left, just posing.
So you guys can look it up. Look it up on IMDb. The cover that shows up there is the, I guess, original cover. You can tell the tone that they're going for with just that cover. And it's the same posing as The Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Wow. Which I think came out in the same year.
Really?
Yeah, it's 86, right? I think it came out in 86.
It is 1986, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Breakfast Club, but
I think
around the same time.
Yeah. That's
definitely around the same time.
Going for that Breakfast Club feel in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. That's weird. Okay,
so another trivia that I did not know while watching this movie. We see this corpse that shows up in the first scene where there's that like car chase, which that opening scene is so crazy,
ridiculous,
so crazy. The two dudes in the car calling a radio station, calling Stretch, to just like mess with her on the phone and the dude with the glasses,
he was really annoying.
It's just so out there,
not quite at Franklin level, but he's up there.
And he's like just hanging out the window shooting stuff with a gun, and then they play chicken with the wrong people.
Yep, they did.
They played chicken with Leather and the family. And so they go and chase him down, and basically Leatherface kind of pops out of the back of the truck, and he's got this corpse that he's kind of like holding in front of him and like dancing around and stuff. So that corpse, which shows up later in the movie again, is the hitchhiker from the first one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
that's not really clear.
14 years have passed, so that corpse is definitely...
Yeah. That's why it looks like that.
Yeah.
So Tom Savini did the makeup effects, and you can kind of tell, especially in that first scene when Leatherface kind of saws the like guy's like top corner of his head.
Yeah.
Blood's like squirting out and stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Very over the top, ridiculous looking.
Yeah, he's done makeup for lots of horror movies.
Yeah, I think he's mostly known for Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably where he started.
Yeah.
So they originally, when writing this film, and Tobe Hooper and Kim Henkel originally had the idea for a sequel that would feature an entire town of cannibals.
Oh.
And be a satire of the film Motel Hell, which itself was a satire of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Huh.
So they were trying to do a satire of a satire, I guess.
Yeah.
But then changes were made and a new screenwriter was hired. And so then we got this one.
All right.
And then Kim Henkel, ended up doing The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense.
And wrote it.
Makes a ton of sense that guy who was trying to make a satire for Texas 2 ended up making The Next Generation.
Yeah.
They're very similar in tone and just ridiculousness.
Yeah. So it does make sense.
Bill Moseley, who's gone on to do a lot of stuff in horror.
Yep.
He has said that his role as Chop Top is his favorite.
Okay. He got out. That character was crazy.
Yeah, he was wild.
He had fun with that character.
He had a lot of fun.
Sure.
I was pretty annoyed with him. At first, when he first shows up and he's kind of scratching his head with his like, what is it, like a hanger?
Yeah,
something?
he's like, hanger or like a hook.
It's just gross. It's just. I get it. I get what you're doing. You're trying to be ridiculous, and then he eats it. Ugh. No, just no.
Well, he's part of the family.
I know.
They're all over the top. Like,
it's too much.
Ridiculous.
His face, even just looking at him, he's hard to watch.
Well, now you're just being rude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him.
I don't like your face.
Well, I mean, look at his face. It's like I can't do it. I get like the appeal, I guess, for him, because some people like him.
Yeah.
He's kind of a well-known character for the Texas Chainsaw franchise. Not good though. I don't like him.
I liked him. He did get annoying towards the end of the movie though. Like he was just his laugh after a while just got really annoying, and his like high energy every second.
Yeah.
Like calm down for a minute.
Very high energy.
So towards the end of the movie, towards the last scenes that he's in, it was time for him to go. For me, he definitely did get over the top and annoying, but I liked the character for the first like half that we saw him in.
Yeah, he was watchable for a little while.
Yeah.
In the radio station.
Yeah,
like that.
He was creepy.
Yeah, I liked him kind of in that.
Yeah,
in that point. But then when they get,
he was more calm in that scene.
Yeah,
he wasn't like all crazy and over the top yet.
Yeah, he wasn't all zany.
Yeah.
But when they get to their like underground carnival place,
bunker, like I don't
know
what was that? It had electricity, whatever it was.
A lot of lights.
Yeah.
It was like a bunker mine, like carnival circus thing. I don't know. Then that's where the movie just lost me. I didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
After the radio station scene, which is, I mean, we're about not even halfway through the movie at that point.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of done.
Yeah, I've seen this movie twice in the last like few months, and I will say that I did enjoy this movie more the first time than I did the second.
Okay.
I didn't know what to expect with it the first time I watched it, so it was kind of like a I enjoyed the zaniness of it because it's completely different in tone from the first one, and usually I'm not a fan of that kind of thing, but this was, until I watched it again the other day with you, this was like my Halloween 5.
Yeah.
This is like, to a certain point, movies tend to lose their tone, change tones to try to, make it more original again, get something back that they may have lost. With Halloween 5, it took them 4 movies to get there. Yeah. To the zaniness. And I like the fact that Toby Hooper went from just straight, like, serious, or unintentional serious, apparently, to just, like, the very next movie is just, like, over the top and just silly and fun. Yeah. We haven't established a tone for the series yet at this point. So it didn't bother me to go from serious to crazy in one, like, for the sequel of the original movie. Okay. In movies that are like 5-6 movies deep that do that, we've already established like where we're at in the series. Like we've established this is a serious series. So that does bother me a little bit more when they do that all of a sudden out of nowhere. Yeah. I think Nightmare on Elm Street, like they gradually got to that point because I mean at one point Freddy was both serious and funny, and then he just went full on crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I did enjoy the zaniness and the wackiness of this movie. Okay. More the first time than the second time. It just got kind of annoying after a while. Yeah. The second time watching it. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel like this movie is kind of a one-time watch. Just for the craziness of it. And then it's like, okay, I saw it.
Yeah.
You know, it was entertaining. But I mean, I don't think that. I don't think it was entertaining. I can see why people would think that, which is weird because I did think Next Generation was entertaining. But I think there's just a certain, you know, you can go too far and it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Or, you know, depending on, I don't know. It's really hard to put my finger on.
Mm-hmm.
Some more trivia here. Dennis Hopper thought this was the worst movie he'd ever been in. And then he later said the same thing about Super Mario Brothers.
Well, I mean, they're on par. He's done some really good movies, but yeah, these two probably not the best that he's done.
It's really random that he was in this.
He was, it was. I like that he was in it because it's, you know, someone familiar, like a familiar face.
Yeah.
I mean, it was random. He was in Super Mario Bros. Too. So
right.
But yeah, this was basically just a check. Like, this was some quick cash for him to get. Yeah.
Yeah. His whole scene where it's toward the beginning where he gets the chainsaw and he's like kind of chopping down this.
Oh yeah,
like
just
this
like
log.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, no.
Then he has a chainsaw match. With Leatherface,
which we didn't see. I mean, we kind of saw what happened with that, but it didn't show him again after that. Like the movie ended. Like I want more. Like I want to see what happened to Dennis Hopper.
Yeah,
because the other guy was still alive.
Yeah.
The other, like, a grenade went off in there.
Yeah.
But I think he was still alive after that.
Yeah. Did Dennis Hopper die?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, he defeated Leatherface.
Yeah.
He got the chainsaw, like, through him.
Yeah.
So I think he defeated Leatherface. But
yet we still have 2 more movies after this with Leatherface.
And that's the thing that we were talking about. None of these movies are really connected.
Yeah, no.
It's basically they're all
might as well just
requels.
Be a different family in Texas.
Yeah, they're all just sequels to the original.
Yeah,
it seems like. And then you got Leatherface, which is the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have The Beginning, which is the prequel to the remake.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, we thought Halloween had a lot of timelines.
Yeah, I know. They went crazy like right off the bat. Like they're only 4 movies in. We've got like 3 different timelines going on.
Yeah. Okay, so Caroline Williams, she played Stretch, I believe.
Yeah.
She wanted to make a strong impression at her audition.
Okay.
So when she was called in, she went to the end of the hallway and ran screaming into the room where she pulled Toby Hooper and L.M. Kit Carson out of their seats and used the chairs to barricade the door before she began her scene.
Wow.
Yeah.
That will leave an impression.
She really wanted to be in this one.
I don't know if you can do that these days.
Yeah.
Is there a shooter outside? What's going on? Wow. Yeah, that left an impression. That's one way of doing it.
Tom Savini once stated that the makeup effects that he created for Grandpa was his most proud accomplishment.
Okay.
He did look pretty crazy.
Yeah, he did.
And I think he was alive. Was he alive?
Yeah, he moved. Yeah, he definitely, because he was.
Oh yeah, he had the hammer and stuff.
The hammer. Like, I think Grandma was alive too.
Yeah, Grandma at the top of the.
We saw Grandma there.
Whatever, the top of the hill with the American flag.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that scene.
Really weird.
But I'm pretty sure she did move at one point. Like, I'm keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you're alive. You look mummified right now, but I'm pretty sure you're alive.
Let's see. I didn't like this one. Just overall, I didn't like it.
You didn't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, the first time you watched it either. So
yeah. Well, I've seen this twice now.
Maybe these movies will grow on you after a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Leatherface in this one, he's kind of funny at times, like with his eyes.
Yeah.
Like how he's looking around with his eyes all big and like some of the just like the body language is pretty funny with Leatherface. He does like a little dance every once in a while with the chainsaw above his head, like Leatherface, just in general, is a really weird character.
Mm-hmm.
Really, they never really knew what to do with him.
Yeah, no.
After the first film,
they tend to focus more on the family.
Yeah.
After the first one than actually Leatherface.
I feel like he became more of a scary character with the remakes, the more recent movies.
Yeah.
He became more of a...
Oh, yeah, he's definitely
menacing,
more terrifying.
Yeah.
In the remakes.
Yeah. Which I never really knew that. I always thought he was kind of always like that.
Yeah.
Until watching these
maybe
older ones.
I mean, we're watching him 20, 30 years later. Maybe he was terrifying.
Yeah.
Back in 86 when this one came out.
Yeah.
If he was terrifying in 1990 when 3 came out.
Yeah. Maybe.
But yeah, watching him today, comparing Leatherface to what we got now.
Yeah.
It's night and day. It's completely different.
Yeah.
He is definitely scarier. I think it's also the fact that they're also more bloody. You actually see the kills in the remakes and stuff. And you never really saw. You heard the screams, you heard the chainsaw, but as far as actually seeing it, for the most part, they kind of the camera panned away.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to actually see how vicious Leatherface could actually be.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely more of a he's just more of a goofy character in the older ones.
Yeah.
And maybe that was scary, I don't know. But especially in this one.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty goofy in this one. And he kind of tries to help this girl, which is kind of cute.
Yeah. Is that your girlfriend? He's shrugging.
I don't know. Maybe. That stuff.
Bringing her to dinner with his family. And gets all dressed up.
Yeah, he's got his tux on. That stuff about Leatherface was funny. I did kind of enjoy that. And I think, I don't know. Do they call him Leatherface in the first one?
I don't know if they do or not.
I feel like this is when he gets that name.
Yeah.
And when we get to see him really do the face stuff, because he puts the face on Stretch and I feel like we get...
She's help me escape, and she's here you go.
Here you go.
Here's a mask.
Disguise.
It's your boss's face.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I feel like we get more of that stuff, and we get to really see that he's taking faces off and making masks out of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Where in the first one, I don't know if that's
very
clear.
The first person that got killed, I think it actually the girl that goes, I think it's his girlfriend goes in after him, and I think she sees his face it's like a mask, it's separate. I think he's actually wearing it at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But it's been a little while since I've seen it. But...
Yeah, I know in the remake they make it pretty clear.
Yeah, they do it right off the bat.
Yeah. So this one's just weird. Mm-hmm. I don't really know what else to say about it other than it's really weird.
Yeah.
I would recommend watching it just to kind of experience it. If you're a Texas Chainsaw fan, you got to watch this one.
If you're a Texas Chainsaw fan, I'm sure you've seen the sequel to the original movie.
Yeah. But this one's kind of harder to get your hands on.
It is. Yeah. I own, at least digitally, I own all of the movies, but I couldn't find this one to even stream.
Yeah.
We had to go to Pluto.
Yeah.
And that has commercials, which was annoying.
Yeah.
But,
and I did end up buying this one, just because I wanted the whole collection. Mm-hmm. And it was there was one seller on Amazon, and there were 3 copies or something.
Yeah.
Or you could get, and I actually think I got from a different country. It was from a different country. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the Mexico edition or something. I don't know. Because it's the title was in English and in Spanish on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then, I mean, there are other sellers, but it's super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this one's like hard to come by.
Collector's edition.
Yeah. So
for some reason, I don't know why the second one of like it's easy to find the first one.
Yeah.
It's on multiple streaming services.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like it's impossible. Like, all right, that's cool.
It's a relic.
Yeah.
Of horror. All right, so there you go. Texas Chainsaw 2.
Can't wait to hear your ranking.
All right, you ready to give our scores?
Yes.
Okay. What do you got?
So, I think I'm gonna give this one a 55.
55?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going 34.
Jeez.
This one just annoyed me mostly. I liked Leatherface kinda at parts. Chop Top for about 5 minutes, and the first like 20 minutes is decent. I did not like the cook or whoever he was, the dad, or I don't know how he was related.
Yeah,
did not like him at all. He was annoying.
This movie is like really long for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
It is a long
an hour and 40 minutes, which is pretty standard for movies. But for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it needs to be at least 10, maybe 20 minutes shorter. Yeah. Like,
especially for this one. Like, you're not really trying to say much here.
Yeah.
You're not trying to do too much. You're just trying to be zany and weird. So we don't need to see that for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can
I love long movies, but it's like sometimes less is more.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, like the first 20 minutes with the whole car chase and then the radio station stuff, and yeah, that stuff was kind of fun, kind of entertaining. Then when they get to the underground carnival bunker thing, too much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guess that's it for this one.
Yeah.
Look out for Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3.
Yes.
Coming soon. That one has
a podcast near you.
Yes. That one has a special guest joining us, an author of a newer horror book, and talks to us about some baseball horror.
Yes.
Which is pretty fun and interesting stuff. So
yeah.
Look out for that one. Coming soon.
And then next gen, we have another special guest.
Yeah. Next generation, we got another guest. Another podcaster came on. And yeah, we're getting ready for that new Texas Chainsaw. I'm hoping that is better than this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joel is very not confident in this new one.
I mean, I feel like I'm more confident that it might be better than this one.
Okay.
But I'm just not confident where it's going to show up in my ranking when we actually finally do it.
I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be awesome.
I hope so.
I'm going to love it. I'm a big Leatherface guy.
It's my favorite one.
All right. Let's get out of here.
All right.
All right. So that was our episode on Texas 2. This has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let Chop Top bite.